Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. I'm your host, Wayne Holloway. And once again, thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share. And like always, holla at us. We holla back. Woo! You know what? I got somebody that's been missing from the studio. He's in studio right now in bright, sunny California, coming to y'all at 7 p.m. Oh, yeah, Pacific time. Let me introduce him, my co-host, the one, the only, the man who defeated COVID, Mr. Steven Rubain.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you though, it was a fight. COVID is a fight. So all you guys out there, I'm so glad to be back in the studio. Please protect yourselves, guys. I thought I would never catch it. I don't know how I caught it, but all I know is it was not pretty. So please, this fall, winter coming up, get your boosters, get whatever you need to do, protect yourself. That being said, though, let's just go ahead and we got so much to get into. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
one thing about COVID is it gave you a lot of time to stay at home and watch football.
Oh, man.
So,
You should be right up on it.
man, I watched so much football, it was disgusting.
Man, I have a horror story. This YouTube thing, this catastrophe that they put together,
YouTube TV.
is horrible.
I know. Well, when they announced it, I knew it was going to be horrible. Remember we talked about on the show, we said when they first made the announcement that YouTube TV was going to take over the NFL package, I said, this is going to be a huge mistake. I said, it's going to be a mess.
But, I mean, they came in like big bullies.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is the first year. Mm-hmm. You would think to gloss us over a little bit, make us pay for the package like DirecTV did, right?
Right.
But no. They want you to pay for YouTube TV,
right,
and the package.
Correct. And that we discussed that when they first got it, they said in order to get the package, you had to buy the YouTube TV.
Now, how gangster is that?
That is gangster. So it's just it's brutal. I mean, it's going to be a long year.
Now, I love YouTube for like the stuff that we're doing on here right now. You know,
right?
The platform that they give us, it's great.
Right.
But YouTube, stop with the mob tactics. My goodness.
Well, they know they got a good thing. The NFL, I mean, people got to have it, so they know they can just bum rush and force people to pay exorbitant prices.
I mean, I complain when it was on DirecTV. You know,
I know
my woes with DirecTV. Woo. But my goodness, DirecTV took it easy on us.
DirecTV, they looking real good right about now, huh?
My goodness. Well, YouTube got the gun to the back.
You need to give DirecTV an apology.
My goodness.
Oh, yeah.
Well, to all you out there, hey, good luck with that one.
Yeah. I stick with my old Spectrum TV, and I want to give Spectrum TV some props because they waited to the last minute to work out that deal with Disney. That would have been a mess if they would have had that you could not watch the Monday Night Football game on Spectrum TV.
Shout out to LaRon.
Yes,
LaRon Davison. All right, what's going on, sir? Thank you for always tuning in. Thank you for always holding us down, man. Thank you.
Well, yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate all you guys who come in, watch us on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook.
Yep.
Any way you can watch us.
We have a TikTok. Be informed as we speak.
Oh yeah, TikTok. Let's get right into these. We got so much to go into. Let's get right into it. I know everybody wants to get right into the football, but we're gonna hold off for the football for a little bit because we got a couple other things to talk about.
Oh, okay.
So let's start with the FIBA World Cup. Remember when we were kids, there was a time when the U.S. just understood, just dominated basketball to a point where it just was ridiculous how bad they would just beat teams up.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
But everybody's used to the World Cup being this soccer.
Yeah, I know. Well, they came up with this idea about 25, 30 years ago where they wanted to really bring out the international aspect of basketball. Like, because, of course, the World Cup in soccer is the predominant sport in the world. So they said, well, let's come up with a World Cup, in the same realm where we can have the top international teams play against each other and then have a chance to earn a chance for the Olympics. And so
I
it's a
think
great
it's
concept.
nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Because the NBA is so diverse and all these people come from these different places. Why not showcase it?
Exactly. And so the U.S., for whatever reason now, our top guys don't commit to anything other than the Olympics. I guess they just feel we make too much money. What's the big deal? It's pride in country. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, in soccer, the top players in soccer play all the international games. The top players in tennis, they take part in all the international events. Why? Why does the NBA players feel like we're too good for these little World Cup matches? We're not.
Hey, it's that westernized feel, right?
Yeah, what's nice feel.
It's why they talk about us in other places.
Exactly. So in this FIBA World Cup, the U.S. team, which let's be honest, I mean, we have some real nice players on the team, but for the most part, this is our level B team. It's not the elite team that we could have put out on the field.
Wait. Any team we put out, Steve, is an elite team.
Not necessarily, because not only did we not finish in first place, we didn't finish in second place, and we didn't finish in third place.
Wow.
The U.S. lost to Germany in the semifinal round, and then I guess in the ultimate slap in the face, they lost to Canada in the third place game.
That's not supposed to happen.
That's not supposed to happen. And the worst part, Canada didn't even have their best player playing with them. So the guy for the Nuggets didn't even come out to play for the Nuggets. So it wasn't even their elite Canadian team.
Wow.
So I mean, this is a real.
We got beat with the backups.
We got beat with the backups. So this is
man.
So this is a real slap in the face for USA basketball. That a sport that we used to just clearly always was understood we finished in first place. Now we can't even play medal. So yeah, so Germany beat Serbia 83-77 in the final, and as I mentioned earlier, Canada beat the U.S. in overtime 127-118.
Yes, sir.
So we finished in fourth place, and I'll just leave it at that.
That's sad. Lamont said, "What's up? Welcome back, Steve."
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, man. Like I told you, please, whatever you do, protect yourselves, guys. Do not get that COVID. Those who had it before know what I'm talking about.
Hey, I had it once.
Yeah, I mean, listen to me. I drove myself to the urgent care, and I was sitting up there, and I was on the counter, like holding on, like for dear life.
You wanted some sympathy. You wanted to look at me like, put him in the chair.
Yeah, put me in a chair. Put me in something. Can somebody help me? You know, and people are just so cold in the healthcare business now. It's just matter of fact.
Hey, you got to realize they see hurt and wounded people all the time.
I was treated like a baby. I'm like, please, can somebody. You know, I don't want to cry like a little baby, but could somebody please realize that I'm dying here? And so I'm sitting there for 20 minutes. I'm like trying to hold on. I feel like I'm going to pass out. And I was just like, thank God. And I was like, I was about ready to feel like bum rushing the line and saying, hey, I need to go first. Somebody needs to take care of me.
Oh,
so,
man.
Yeah, it was brutal, but getting back to basketball.
Hey, Lamont, we're going to open the phone lines, man. We want to hear from you.
You know we want to talk to you because I know.
Mr. Eagle himself.
Mr. Eagle, because I got some words about the Eagles. I'm going to talk about them.
Oh, yeah.
But let's get to the NBA because the NBA today came out, and it's about time. Those who follow the NBA knows there's this thing called load management. The two dirtiest words in the NBA. And what load management means is that about 25 years ago, Greg Popovich for the Spurs came up with this brilliant idea. You know, we need to keep our players from not overexerting themselves throughout the season. So we're going to start sitting down our starters, you know, during games that we feel we can win anyway, or just kind of just give them a break so that they don't have to go through the rigors of a long 82-game season. And at the time, it was like, well, we're not too happy about it, but what's the big deal? You know, we'll get over it. And so over the course of years, more and more teams figured, hey, let's just do it too. And then it's gotten to a point now where it's just out of control as far as star players just playing 2 games, sitting out 1 or 2, then playing another couple games.
Out of control.
Out of control.
It's utterly ridiculous now,
Yes, it
Steve.
is. It's ridiculous because
we done got to the prima donna stage of basketball.
Yeah, because if you're that one person, this is your one chance to go out and see a LeBron James, see a Stephen Curry, and then you're sitting there, you got your ticket, you get in there to the stadium, you're hopping through, like, yeah,
I done saved up.
I done saved up.
Now I'm about to go see LeBron.
Yes, and then you get there, you get to the game, it's like, why is he in street clothes? Nobody said he was hurt. And then you listen there and say, oh, coach's decision. And you're like, coach's decision? Can't get my money back?
The one time I come to pay to see the man
play, and he's not out there. So, yeah, it got to be out of control. So they need to do something. So they came up with this now thing where they have 49 players. And basically, if you were on an all-star team or if you were in a all-NBA team the last 3 years, you are considered one of those 49 star players. And so for those players, coaches cannot just sit them for no reason. Now they're going to start finding teams and talking about big fines, like $1 million fines, if they decide to.
That's not big for an NBA team.
It's not big, but it's enough to.
That's a drop in the bucket.
Well, we're gonna find out and see if they're gonna take it serious.
Hope they put it in my bucket.
Yeah, we'll put it in my bucket too. Exactly. But yeah, it's just enough to let the league know we're gonna take this serious. And so let's see what they do. Let's see how this works out. Like you said.
But you see how the basketball commission, they saw it going down.
Right.
They let it evolve, and then they were like, no, they put their foot down.
Well, that's the NBA. The NBA does that though.
Boxing needs to do that.
Well,
boxing, what's going on?
Well, you know what I feel about boxing, so I wouldn't. They didn't get none of my money.
That's another day.
That's a whole other day. We're not even getting to that today. But yeah, just the NBA, good move. Let's see what happens. Let's see how it turns out. So we're a little excited about that. But you guys, let's just get into football. We waited too long.
Wait before we jump into football.
Want me to wait? I've been gone for 2 weeks, but no. Go ahead. We got some things like
we can talk about football, but let's start at college football.
Oh my goodness, but that's football.
But it's a little different. It's a different speed. Come on now.
What is that?
We don't. I don't want to take away from any of this man's flowers that we about to give his flowers and his just due. This man is exciting. This man is the best at everything he's done. My goodness, we can't put NFL and the CFB together. No.
Yes, we can.
No.
Because you're talking about Neon Dion.
Well, Neon Dion has taken over the college ranks right now.
Yes, he has.
He's defied everybody's expectations.
Well, yeah, because he is who he is. He's like you said, the most electrifying guy probably ever played in the NFL.
Deion Sanders, prime time.
He is the one guy that, for just himself being there, you would pay a ticket to go out and say, I'm just going to go and watch and see what he does.
I wish I had a kid that could go play for him.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I need somebody to go play for him.
I do too. But I'm excited for him because he's done it his way. You know, when he first came in there and he started like just telling the guys, we don't need you no more. There's a new sheriff in town. Go ahead and get your transfers on.
You didn't like the tough love.
I didn't like that. Yeah, initially I was like, I don't know if that's
tough love is tough love.
Tough love is tough love. I think it's a little too tough. But
the best story I can take from what you just said, championship game, they're about to play. He has a rule: you have to be on time to all meetings. Now the meeting starts at 7, but the meeting starts when Deion gets there.
Yeah.
Deion says sometimes he shows up at 6:45, and when he shows up, he's gonna start about 6:50. Right. And if you're not in the seat, you don't get to play.
Hey.
Now you can say what you want to say about how strict he is, Steve, but guess what? His own son showed up late and couldn't play in the championship game.
I remember, yeah.
And he kept his foot down and he stuck by his guns, and they still showed out, Steve.
And that's what makes him what he is. People talking about him, they say he's one of the rare superstar players who, as a coach, still understands how to mentor men. Usually star players have a hard time when they get into coaching because they can't relate to average players. They only can relate to the star player. But they say that Deion Sanders has that unique canny ability that he can relate to all his players.
So I love the fact the way how he talks to people,
right?
How he's able to understand the need. You know, He didn't start off. He didn't start off with a silver spoon in his mouth.
No.
He knows how to talk to these young men and get them motivated.
Right. He knows when to give them a hug, but he also knows when he needs to step on them. And so it's kind of that mutual understanding. Like you said, the star player is going to get treated the same as the regular player when it comes down to following his rules. And so that's
a father figure right there.
Father figure for him. So let's talk about, because Colorado last year only had one win the entire year. One win. And so far, they've already got 2 wins against Power 5 conference
with
teams.
Neon Dion. Colorado.
So now this week, they're playing against their in-state rival, Colorado State. And so, whenever you play an in-state rival, you never know what's going to happen. So they should win. I mean, they're supposed to beat Colorado State pretty good. But like I said, whenever it's personal, guys are from the in-state, you never know what's going to happen.
It's football. It is what it is. He wasn't supposed to win the first 2 games.
Exactly. So, but after Colorado State, then he got to play Oregon and UCLA. I'm sorry, USC. Oregon Ducks and USC back to back.
Hey,
that's when we're going to find out what
I will be watching these games.
Yeah, so
I will be watching these.
So those are 2 big ones, and so that's going to let us know if they are for real. Like, we know they're for real, but are you for real?
Let's give our love one more time before we end this topic on Mr. Deion Sanders.
Woo.
The man.
Yeah, so that's our college football. There was one other thing that I do want to bring up before we get into NFL, the real football, I guess as you want to say. Texas played Alabama on Saturday, and last year Alabama, was able, with your man Bryce Young, was able to pull out the win against Texas last year.
What's his name again?
Bryce Young.
Who'd he beat?
He beat Texas.
Okay.
All right. So I just wanted to let you know that that's one of the last times he's won. So it's been a while since he's won something. So, but we'll get to that later.
Hey, look! All that little stuff that you was just doing. Look, man. Hey, look, it's been one game, Steve. Relax.
We're gonna get to that.
Relax, Steve.
All right, we're gonna get to it. But getting back to Texas, Alabama, there was a very disturbing situation that happened during that game. I don't know if you saw on the news. Texas went out and beat Alabama.
Right.
The Alabama fans, were on the sidelines calling the players a gay slur and talking about and racist names as they were on the sidelines dancing at the end of the game.
In 2023?
In 2023. And it's all on video, it's all on audio. Very, very negative look for the state of Alabama fans.
What is that all about still?
I don't understand.
I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel.
Right.
But my goodness.
Well, yeah. But you should be able to go to a game and just enjoy the game. Be a fan, cheer, boo, whatever. But don't make it personal. Don't go out there, And it's just it's a sad, like I said, it's a black eye for the Alabama fan base. And so
some people don't know how to have fun.
Don't know how to have fun. So I just wanted to bring that up. That was a huge win, though, for Texas. Alabama now got to run the table if they want to have any chance for the playoffs. We're going to see. It's going to be an interesting football season. So that's it for college. Let's talk about, before we get into the football games, you want to talk about the our little contest we're doing?
Oh yeah, officefootballpool.com.
Yes,
fantasy football elite, below the whistle enthusiasts. Come on now. We trying to get more people involved. And the only way to qualify, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel.
Subscribe and win.
YouTube, be a subscriber. And guess what? We giving away NFL gift cards. And we want to we got a lot to give away. We want to give them away.
Yes. officefootballpool.com. Please sign up. It's fun. I was looking at my picks.
Our contest is Blow the Whistle Sports, so it's easy to find us.
Easy to find us, yes. So during the first games, I was 7-2. During the early games, 1 o'clock Eastern time, 10 Pacific. So I was like, man, this is easy. I got this down to a science. I'm 7-2, looking great. And then the afternoon games came. Man, one by one. And the worst part about it wasn't like they were blowout losses. It was just bad coaching, dumb decision making, disgusting. And so I ended up 9-week. So I went from 8-2 to 9-7. The only game I could win, and I know the Cowboy fan, and this is painful to me. I know the Cowboy fans are just salivating right now. I'm just seeing all types of Super Bowl talk.
As you should. As you should.
Cowboys beat the Giants 40-0 on Sunday Night Football.
Nothing.
And I'm going to talk about this because you remember in the early part of the preseason, we were talking about teams that had guys who held out, teams who had guys who players are trying to get new contracts.
Right.
Now, with the Giants, you had two cases. You had Saquon Barkley, who was holding out, trying to get a new contract.
Right.
And then you had Daniel Jones, who also, while he didn't hold out, he had been griping about trying to get his new contract deal because he had a good season last year.
Right.
One good season, he wants a new contract. The proof's in the pudding. Both Daniel Jones got his new contract. Saquon Barkley settled for a 1-year extension with more guaranteed money.
Are you belittling he settled for it?
Yeah, because once you get that contract, the guys just seem to not have the same fire that they had when they were trying to get that contract.
It's like all the fire goes out of them, huh?
All the fire goes out. I mean, they were just. Did Saquon Barkley do anything in that game? Was he out there?
Hey, he's on two of my fantasy football teams.
How many points did he get you?
Hey, it looked bad.
It looked bad.
It looked bad.
It looked bad,
but
it looked horrible.
It looked bad because guess what? Dallas is that good.
Well,
Dallas is that. The Giants this week is going to look like night and day.
Okay, well
the Giants this week are going to come out and destroy the team they play.
All right, well, let's see.
And you're going to be like, what happened to that last week? It wasn't because they just play horrible.
Right.
Dallas is that good.
Okay,
I have to give it to them until they show me something
different.
different.
Something different. All right, so I'm gonna lay all that. But then another guy who let me down, and this is another situation of a contract year.
All right.
Geno Smith. Geno.
Oh, don't even talk about that, man. Oh my goodness.
You're playing at home again. I'm gonna say the lowly Rams. Well, they're not lowly, but without Cooper Kupp, you're supposed to beat the Rams at home.
They got Matthew Stafford still.
They got Matthew Stafford, but they don't have Cooper Kupp. He's throwing to guys of the missionary. You know, their star wide receiver was in street clothes. They're not supposed to go in there and go into Seattle and beat the Seahawks. And Geno Smith just looked like a man who just got a big contract and said, I'm cool. I'm good.
How do you pronounce his name? Because he's part of the contest and he's pretty much destroying everybody in the contest right now.
We got Adrian G, 49, who finished 12-4. So yeah, you got a 2-game lead. And look at second place. My sister is in second place. I had to call the call of shame. I had to call my sister and said, "Man, you did a great job. You picked better than me last week."
Are you sure that's her?
That's her.
Oh no! It's 2 people in second place.
We got 2 people in second.
Yeah,
tie for second.
See, you're being family friendly.
Family friendly, but it's a tie.
See.
It's a tie for second. So who else in second? Who else was 10-6 last week?
007.
007.
So, hey, y'all have y'all fun. I took chances.
Took
chances and still ended up at 9-7.
I didn't take no chances, and teams let me down. I'm not gonna lie to you. Teams let me down. The Seahawks let me down. Another team that let me down is the Buffalo Bills, the Steamboat.
I didn't pick them.
I did.
Who they play?
They played the New York Jets.
Yes, sir. And you weren't here last week, and I picked the Jets to win, sir.
Yes, you did. Well, I'm gonna hold off on my Aaron Rodgers comment. I don't want to get into that too early in the show. I'm hold off.
You're not gonna do your Aaron Rodgers hate early in the show?
Oh, it's coming. Oh, believe me, it's coming. But I'm gonna say that for later on. But I'm gonna focus on the Bills.
You want to kick a man while he's down? He's hurt, Steve.
No. I don't want to see anybody ever get hurt.
Okay.
Injuries is something we never want to see in the game.
Kicking the man
But
while he down.
but there are reasons to why things happen. I'm gonna get to that in a second. But let's talk about Buffalo Bills. Now we got Josh Allen doing all kind of direct TV commercials and doing all kind of stuff and
Right.
dating models now, dating
You
singers.
you think he's not concentrating?
He's not concentrating whatsoever. He looked horrible out there. He was just throwing the ball up for grabs.
First game of the season.
I don't hear that. You're supposed to be ready. When you're playing your division rival on a Monday Night Football game, you're supposed to go out there and show.
Well, I think a lot of times it has to do with they played the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are traditionally horrible, right?
Yeah.
Except for back in the day. But traditionally right now, whenever you hear about the Jets, you know you got to for sure win.
Yeah. Back in the day, it used to be the case.
It ain't the case now. The Jets show up and show out.
Oh, yeah. No question.
That defense, whoever's playing that quarterback, the defense, it'd be like, all right, you need another chance? Let's get the ball back. Here. Try it again.
But let's remember the same thing you argued about in the playoff game last year when instead of him controlling the ball, running the ball, being smart, he's just throwing the ball up for grabs. He's doing the same thing this year. Well, double, triple coverage.
This year, I think it has a little more to do with his wide receiver, Diggs. Diggs complained so much at the end of last season and got in his face.
Right.
He's trying to please his wide receiver. He doesn't want he wants his main man to be on point with him, and they have this together.
Yeah.
Because it's been off. If you watch the game, it looked like he was forcing the ball to him a lot, forcing the ball. When normally he would spread the ball around and then have his wide receiver over there pulling his hair out.
Yeah, I agree. Well, whatever it is, they better get that worked out real soon because their season might take a turn for the worse if they don't.
Somebody needs to get a handle on it.
Somebody needs to get a handle on it. But that's when you need to have strong coaching, and I think they lack that strong coaching. So
something's going on because DeAndre Hopkins was available.
Right.
The Rams didn't go for him.
Nope.
Buffalo Bills went for him, but didn't succeed.
Nope.
And the Kansas City Chiefs, all teams with premier quarterbacks, this man should have been playing up under.
I'm glad you brought up the Kansas City Chiefs because other than Aaron Rodgers, the guy who had the second worst week in the NFL was Kadarius Toney.
Oh, that man is on 90% of my fantasy football teams.
Kadarius Toney.
He better be lucky I don't know where he stay at.
he had bad drops. I mean, there's bad drops and then there's just bad drops. I mean, he had wide open, the ball was thrown right into his hands, and he just let the ball go right.
And his fingers pushed it back like,
I don't want this. This ball's hot. I mean, and the play that pretty much won the game for the Lions, the ball was right in his hands. It went right through his hands, bounced up right into the hands of the defender who was there to run it back for a touchdown.
I'm not taking anything away from the Lions. The Lions
played.
They out there.
Play. Yeah, we knew the Lions were going to play.
They're on the prowl.
But Mahomes outplayed Goff. Chiefs should have won that game. He was robbed by his own team.
Don't try to take anything away from Goff. Mahomes is Mahomes. Mahomes is the face of the NFL.
Exactly.
He's a worker out there.
And that's why more reason why, as I said, I felt so bad for him because he played his butt off and guys let him down. So, yeah, that was another loss for me. That was a tough one. Yeah, it was just a weird week for losses. But
what did DeAndre Hopkins do this week?
Nothing. He plays for the Titans.
Thank you.
He has a horrible. And this is what goes back to my whole argument about Trey Lance. Trey Lance is 23 years old. Has been given virtually no chance to. He had like maybe 7, 8 games as a starter, and they buried him like he's the worst thing ever. And now this guy for the Titans, Tannehill, they've given this guy years. He continues to disappoint, and he still keeps a starting job.
Hey,
I don't get it.
I'm not going to point things out.
I ain't going to point it out.
I'm just going to say it like this: certain people in the NFL will get the rope extended to them over and over and over and over again, no matter how much they fail. But some people, it is what it is.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree. But, Tannehill's, and it's been another person who keeps getting the leash extended. Kirk Cousins.
Ooh,
Who do I always get on the case of? Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback.
He wasn't against our man Baker Mayfield.
Kirk Cousins, I hate to compare him is to like another Tony Romo. Another Tony Romo. That's what it is. Hey, well, let me tell you guys like this. Kirk Cousins, I call him another Tony Romo because Kirk Cousins is a fantasy football phenom. But will he take you to the big games? No, he won't. It is what it is. Me and Steve talk about this all the time. Kirk Cousins, he's a stat guy. He's going to get you the stats. He's gonna make you a fantasy football winner, but he'll have 500 yards and they'll still lose the game.
Yeah, well, he'll have 500 yards, but he also has 2 fumbles and an interception. And so when you look at fantasy, that fumbles and interceptions mark you down. So he had his 344 yards.
Hey, I had him in, and I had him with JJ. JJ had 150 yards.
Yeah.
I won my game.
Okay.
You got to know how to put your people together, Steve. You got to be a coach like me, man.
Anyway, as you guys know, I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan. I think he first robbed the Redskin organization. There were Redskins back then.
Let me open this phone line.
Oh, go ahead. Let's do
call
that.
in.
Please call in.
The phone line 1-909-844-4443. Very, very easy. West 1-909-844-4443. Call in and holler at us. We're about to do these picks pretty soon. But
well, let's go over a couple more of these games from this week. I'm talking about this for the NFL. Week 1, they got to do something about getting guys that play in the preseason again, getting sharper. We as fans should not have to go to week 1 and see guys still looking like they never played football in their lives because they're rusty because they didn't play it all during the preseason.
It's called player management, right?
Well, player management. Well, we just talked about it in the NBA.
And that's how Aaron Rodgers
load management. Well, yeah, but let's get to Aaron Rodgers. Now, Aaron Rodgers is a guy. You can put the camera on me for this one.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers. I've never been a fan of Aaron Rodgers. I remember when he was drafted, and for those who don't know the story with him, he was someone who, in many circles, people thought he should have been the number 1 pick the year he came out of college. He was at Cal Berkeley. There were questions about his character. Some people had some questions where they were like, we're not quite sure if he's somebody who you want to make your franchise quarterback. Somehow he fell down. I think he fell down to like 10 or 11 to Green Bay. And he went out and had this whole deal where he's like, I'm going to make the teams pay who didn't pick me, blah, 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 that whole macho thing.
It's called a chip on his shoulder.
Well, a chip on his shoulder. Well, all I know is he whined and cried for his first 3 years. Put me in, coach, put me in. Tried to overtake Brett Favre, who, all-time great. Finally, they ran Brett Favre out of town. They made him the starter. He started off well. He had a Super Bowl win. That was back in 2010. Now, it's 2023. 13 years, Green Bay fans have suffered through, this is our year. Yeah, we're going to do it. This is the year we're going to make it go all the way. And somehow it always ended out they finished not on top. Now, for some reason this year, people were like, Aaron Rodgers, he's now with the Jets. For some reason, he's going to find the fountain of youth, and he's going to come out here and become these all-pro, all-world player that he hasn't been for the last several years. And go ahead and...
Hold on, we got a call coming in.
We got a call coming? Good. Because I was ranting.
Blow the Whistle Sports. Who's calling?
This is Mr. Eagles himself.
Mr. Eagle. How you doing?
LA Desert Eagles.
Yes, we know.
Hey, you didn't do so good in the football pool this week.
Not this week, but trust me, it's gonna turn up.
We were gonna save your Eagles for last, but before I could my Aaron Rodgers rant, what's your opinion on the Eagles this week? How they look to you?
They looked okay. The defense looked good. I'm my main concern really it was Hurts. Was Hurts in the offense. I really feel like Hurts. He's one of the main reasons why we don't have another ring is with that ball security, and that was big. So I didn't like seeing that in the first game of the season. So ball security is big, and then also getting the ball to your tight end. Like there's no way Dallas Goedert only has one target throughout the whole game.
So just so the people know, so the Eagles played the Patriots on Sunday in the game which Tom Brady's sitting up there next to the owner as they announced they're going to retire his jersey early next year, and so it was all about Tom Brady. So
Tom Brady.
Yeah. So Mac Jones played his you know what off.
Mac Jones.
If you started Mac Jones, woo, if you started Mac Jones in fantasy, which God forbid, why would you start Mac Jones in fantasy? You had a great week because he played his butt off, and so it was a much closer game that we thought it would be. So the Eagles did pull it out; they won 25-20. But go ahead.
He had Big Brother up in the sky.
Yeah.
He had to show out.
He showed out. I mean, I'd almost say he outplayed Jalen Hurts. But go ahead. How do you feel about it?
Jalen Hurts had his hands on the ball too much. You have a running back. Y'all don't even use him.
Yeah. What's up with that? Well, thank God I didn't get DeAndre Swift. Why didn't they use him?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of how they use the running backs, and you go out and get Swift, and then you just keep giving the ball to Gainwell. And I like Gainwell is good,
right?
But when you have a premier running back like Swift when he's healthy, now of course he does get he's pretty injury prone, but when he's healthy, he's one of the top backs in the league.
Agreed.
And it's it doesn't make sense to get him and not give him the ball
at all. So yeah, not at all.
If you're just tuning in, we're on the phone talking with Lamont. Where you from, Lamont? Or where you at?
I'm from LA. I'm actually in Dallas right now. I live in Dallas now.
Ooh, why are you there? Why are you there? Oh, ooh.
Oh, you're a Dallas man now, huh?
I live in Dallas, but I'm in the Eagles. And we kind of deep out here. Don't get it
twisted. Is it hot enough there for you in Dallas? Are you missing LA yet? Are you missing LA? Nothing worse than a Dallas summer.
Man, it's been hot, but honestly, it's been cooling down. Thank God. But
okay.
It was in a 108, 110
a
couple weeks ago.
Well, I know. I lived in Houston for a year, and say it was 1 year, and I got the heck out. None worse than a Texas summer. That heat is oppressive.
But hey, the Eagles. Yeah, I wasn't impressed about this last game. I was not impressed.
Well, let me ask you this.
I like the defense. The defense is they didn't do the greatest, but I did like what Slay was doing. I like some of the D-line pressures. But yeah, they definitely got to tighten it up.
Well, let me ask you this, because you're an Eagles fan in Dallas. How crazy is the Dallas fan base acting now that they won this game against the Giants? How crazy is it down there as far as the energy? Because the Cowboys, I always cry about the Cowboys, so-called America's team. Right. They sit up there. They haven't won anything in 25 years, but according to the fan base, this is their year. Every year is their year. And so,
hey,
how crazy is it?
It looked like their year.
But and I'm not a fan. Every year it looks like their year.
Nah. That Dallas defense was on some steroids type stuff going on.
I heard all that back when they had that awesome offensive line, when they had Romo. And remember when they had all them guys and they were just rushing people, bum rushing everybody, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is their year." Nah, I'll believe it when I see them in the Super Bowl. That's when I'll believe it.
Ooh,
exactly.
That's what I feel about Cowboy fans.
I can't take anything away from them. They actually, their defense did look good.
Right.
But you also take into consideration they were playing Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
Whoa. I don't. The tone you just had with the name Daniel Jones, just like Steve. Look, the Giants are a playoff team.
Okay.
The Giants are a playoff team.
So we're the Vikings.
And what I'm saying is, what you guys are trying to do is take away Dallas domination. They dominated that game. That's a divisional game.
Right.
They know their opponent. They went in there and they made them bow down. That's different. That's different from a team just playing bad. The Giants didn't play well because they were dominating in every aspect of the game. Now, watch this game. When the Giants play this game, it's going to look totally different.
Now, you want to tell the team who I thought looked the best this week was the 49ers. I give the 49ers going into Pittsburgh and doing what they did to the Steelers, I give more respect for that than I do for the Giants, Cowboys of the Giants.
What you say about that, Lamont?
The Niners look really good, but what I and they look good every year as well too on all aspects of the game. But what I can say about the Cowboys, and especially being out here in Dallas, like, yes, their defense is good. They've had a good defense for the last few years,
Exactly,
and it's gotten better. I cannot deny that. Like they definitely have. But I do want to see them play premier teams. Like
Thank you.
The Giants are okay. They're not bad, but they're not a premier offense.
Right.
They have a bunch of known receivers. And Daniel Jones is okay when he wants to be. He can run a little bit, but he's not the most accurate.
See,
there you go. I like how you're thinking.
Let me give a little bit of context to the people that's watching. Now, first of all, I'm a Carolina fan, and I don't like anybody's football team. I just love football in general. But I know when good football is being played and what's going on. What you're hearing right now, and you can distinctly feel it and taste it, is that's an Eagle fan on the phone, and we have a Washington. They're all in the same division.
Correct.
And I don't think there's any way that we will get any flowers going to Dallas, no matter what is said. But what I will point out to you at home, sitting there that's watching us, once again, I'm going to be short. Dallas played a playoff team. They gave 49ers, the 49ers is not in their division, all the flowers, which the 49ers played Pittsburgh, which is traditionally good team. But guess what? Did not make the playoffs last year. Did not make the playoffs. And they're still dealing with a quarterback that's still getting his legs up under him. Come on now. Come on now. Stop it, both of you.
I'm going to repeat it again.
Both of you guys ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Look, I'm going to repeat it again. We don't like the Cowboys. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm a Cowboy.
Hey, star status, it is what it is. You hear both of them.
But like I said, I've been down this road before with the Cowboys. Until they show they can beat elite teams, I'm not going to buy into this one game. I'm not going to do it.
Hey, the Giants is an elite team.
Listen to me. The Cowboys should have beat the Niners last year in the playoffs. What happened? They didn't get the job done.
So,
I mean, you're going to sit here now and tell me I'm supposed to buy into the Cowboys because they won one game?
I almost want to go to that rematch game.
Yeah.
That rematch game should be good.
Should be good. I want to see them. If they beat the Eagles 40-0, then I'm going to be impressed. If they beat the Niners 40-0, I'll be impressed. I'm not going to be impressed over the Giants.
Right. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. What I will say is, my goodness. Well, Dallas fans, hey, they
can call it all they want to. I'm gonna put it in their place. Y'all haven't won a Super Bowl since 1997. 1997 is the last time they went to a Super Bowl. That's the last time they went to an NFC Championship game was 1997. Come on, guys.
We're talking to the Washington and the Eagles.
Listen to me. Daniel Snyder wasn't even the owner of the Redskins the last time the Cowboys won the Super Bowl. That's how long it's been since they won a championship. So I'm not going to be impressed with the Cowboys until they win the big game. But somebody who was impressive, surprisingly, was Jordan Love. What's your opinion on Jordan Love? How do you think he looked against the Bears?
Jordan Love actually looked pretty good. He's still young, he's new, but I like how he's a young quarterback and also a black quarterback that actually has a pocket presence that's not always just trying to run. And I feel like he actually, especially, he did that with like a bunch of young receivers and not having Christian Watson. Once he gets him back, I feel like he's going to even take another step forward. So I liked how he looked. I'm thinking like he's kind of like a sneaky play pickup because he kind of went undrafted.
He makes a lot of good decisions.
A lot of good decisions. I was actually looking on him on the fantasy thing as well, thinking this might be somebody you might want to stash. So yeah, I think now it's showing what I was going back to about Aaron Rodgers. That Aaron Rodgers cheated the Packers organization the last 4 or 5 years.
Oh my goodness.
Now we have a quarterback in Jordan Love who actually wants to be with the Packers and wants to try to win. They look pretty good. They put hands on the Bears. You got to admit, they put hands on the Bears. Aaron Rodgers has beat the Bears, but he hasn't put hands on the Bears for quite a while. So it is what it is. But
my hat goes off to him, and you know what? I love it because I got 2 of his rookie cards.
Yeah. Okay, so you
it's love in the air from
love
me
in
right
the
there.
Air. All right,
love in the air.
No argument there. But let's talk. What's your opinion on Aaron Rodgers? I'm gonna get back to my rant. So tell me what you feel about Aaron Rodgers before I finish my rant.
I mean, Aaron is Aaron. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the last couple years, he's kind of like just kind of leaned on his fame and like his what he's done over the years.
Thank you.
Where I feel like he has not worked hard and like really been like training like he could have and he should have been, missing camps and stuff. And I feel like that's part of the reason why he's not. On top of being an older quarterback, like if you look at Brady, he took his training so much more serious because as an older player, you have to.
Exactly. Thank you.
20 more, so I feel like that he kind of brought it on himself. Of course, it's football. It does happen. You can be in top shape and an Achilles can pop too.
Happens all the time.
It happens all the time. But when you're 39 years old, it's more prone to happen.
But I'm not gonna sit up here and let y'all bash Aaron Rodgers like that.
You have no choice to.
The thing is this. It happened, and I do agree with. I feel like he should have been out there and doing a little more practicing during preseason. Just go in there and do one set of downs. Get his legs up under him because he's an older man. He needs to stretch. Get his Achilles stretched, get his hamstring stretched, get everything warm, ready for the season. I will agree with you guys on that. But going back to Green Bay had him trapped for all those years.
Trapped?
Yes, because Aaron Rodgers tried to get out of Green Bay, and all they did was throw money at the situation.
Oh my goodness.
When he clearly kept getting into it with the organization. This is something you got to learn when to hold on to it, and you got to learn when to let it go. There's a famous gambling song that lets you know about that. And what Green Bay did, they went over too many years. Aaron Rodgers should have been playing for another premier team long ago.
Well, I don't buy that one for a second. What I look at is that somebody who cheated the game, who lived off his name rather than living off.
He's Aaron freaking Rodgers.
Like
He's
Lamont,
supposed to live off his name.
Like Lamont mentioned, Tom Brady, who has how many rings?
Tom Brady also was in a situation that he liked for all his career.
No.
Yes.
Tom Brady and Belichick butted heads quite often. I don't know if you remember. There was talk many years ago. You remember when they drafted Garoppolo, Brady had hinted about when to get traded, and that was like 7-8 years ago.
That was well after everything, man.
Yeah. No, that was like 4 rings in 2. When they drafted Garoppolo, he only had like about 4 rings then.
And that's the reason why the New England Patriots is going through their growing pains now because they did not listen to the coach Zen that's over there.
What's that? I'll take their growing pains with 6 rings they have. I'll take those type of growing pains rather than the Jets growing pains or the Packers growing pains. So
we got to get into these picks, sir. We got to get into these picks.
You gonna do the picks with us? You gonna do the picks with us?
One more question.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you think that Rodgers will be able to come back after this injury and be effective next year?
No.
I think Rodgers more than likely will retire after this injury.
Yeah, I don't
he has nothing else left to prove. But he was before. I will put this out there. He was talking before this injury about playing another 3-4 years.
Yeah, and he also was talking about retiring too. Does you remember he went off to that retreat?
Yes,
and that retreat,
yes,
and all of
but
a sudden he found
this is after the retreat.
Well,
Ooh, the hate is hot over here.
well,
I'm almost burned myself.
I'm just listen.
Almost burned myself.
I'm just calling it like it is. I've been have I not for years been criticizing Aaron Rodgers? Have I not for years been
That's
telling
why I
you?
have to put everything in perspective when you're talking about Aaron freaking Rodgers.
He robbed the Jets organization. The Jets was sold on him, and he let them down. He didn't put the effort in. He didn't put the work in, and he lied down after 4 plays. I'll leave it at that. So that's my opinion. I think he's going to retire because there's nothing else for him to do. He's not going to ever be back. He wasn't that mobile anyway before the Achilles injury. So
but with this team, I feel it was going to be scary what was going to happen with this team.
I called this early. Exactly what I told you. I said he's 39 years old. He's not putting the work. You remember during the time when he was had a little groin injury during the training camp, and they had to shut down the whole practice.
Yeah.
Remember I told you then, I said, this is not a good look. This is not a good sign that he's already having these little knick-knack injuries that are non-contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it speaks for itself.
Hey. I'm
just calling it real. Hey. Let's get to the picks. You want to get to the picks?
Yeah. I want to get to the picks. That's how you slid Aaron Rodgers under the bus.
Before we get to the picks, though, we got to talk about the Panthers. We can't just get to the picks without talking about the Panthers last week. I know. I mean, I know you don't want to talk about it.
Look.
Look.
I'm gonna tell you like this, and I'm gonna tell everybody. And Cali Cat Pack, Roaring Riot, Panther Nation. It is what it is. We have brand new everything. He can say what he want to say, but anybody out there understands when new people play with each other, they got to get to know each other. And we not only just new people playing with each other, we have a new quarterback playing with a brand new team, brand new wide receivers. They never played together until this season. We have a brand new coach who's never coached none of these people on this team. There's no cohesiveness within the locker room. They have to build a bond. We have brand new everything. So it is what it is. But guess what?
Yeah.
The good thing is if we have a bad season, we can get the number one wide receiver coming out of college.
That's true.
I'm not. There's upsides to everything, but I'm not claiming that right now.
I've said tank from the start.
I'm not claiming that at all. I'm not with the tank.
I'm with the tank.
I want Bryce Young to get all his flowers, get these rookie rewards that he need to get.
Nope. Get Andy Dalton out there. Let Andy Dalton get beat up by that bad offensive line.
Our offensive line is not bad, Steve.
Okay.
But
did you watch the game?
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna put this to everybody.
Lamont, did you watch the game? He says the offensive line is not bad.
You know what?
They're good, but y'all have one bright spot, and that is Hayden Hurst. I do like the tight end.
Hayden Hurst is.
I did not get to watch any of the games due to YouTube.
Listen to me.
I was down for the whole day. I was madder than fish grease. You could have fried fish on my forehead. How pissed off I was trying to get the games. Now I paid for it, but it didn't come through.
Well,
I kept getting the run around, and you know what, YouTube? You guys need to hire better people to know how to explain how to take care of any issue that you have on this YouTube TV. They didn't even know. They were telling me, I don't know. You can go to our forum and you can ask all the questions there.
Yeah.
What am I calling the helpline for?
That reminds me of when remember old Time Warner Cable? Remember that horrible Time Warner Cable?
Oh, man.
I'll never forget the Ravens versus the 49ers in the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl. Time Warner Cable chose the Super Bowl that have technical issues.
Hey.
I'm calling every way possible. Time Warner Cable said, "Why is my screen all messed up? Why can I not watch this game?" We don't know. We're working on it. We're not really sure what the problem is. We should hopefully have it correct in the next 15. It went on for the entire game. The screen was messed up.
Ridiculous.
And never got an answer as to what happened. I was so glad when Time Warner
We got to get into the picks of the week because we can do
I
this
can criticize Time Warner all day. let's get into these picks.
They're not even in existence anymore, Steve.
I'll never forget that. Baltimore Ravens versus the Niners. I'm all excited about this game. The Ravens-Niners game. And
how do you think I felt the first week of the season? I've been waiting. I haven't
Super Bowl.
I haven't even had my first week of the season now, Steve.
I know. Yeah.
All you guys watch games. You know what I watched? I watched the last game on Sunday and Monday Night Football. And highlights.
Oh, yeah.
You know how pissed off I am?
Yeah, you should be pissed.
I had to read the transcript of the games to know what happened.
Ooh, man. But Lamont, we're going to start off our picks with your team, the
Vikings.
Philadelphia Eagles. No, that's not his team.
No, Vikings at the Eagles.
But his team's the Eagles.
But the Vikings is the visiting team.
But
the Eagles is the home team.
But don't get the fans confused. They're going to think he's a Viking fan.
I can't say Eagles at the Vikings.
Would you rather say Eagles, Vikings, or would you rather say Vikings at the Eagles? What sounds better?
It's Eagles, Vikings.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
You want to say Eagles? Why you going to put an inferior team first?
Oh, my goodness. That's why Kirk Cousins is going to win.
You see what I mean? I'm not the biggest Eagle fan there is, but I respect the Eagles. I respect Jalen Hurts. I respect what he's about. So,
okay, what's your pick for this game, Steve?
Oh, this is the pick of the week. It's going to be fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles all the way.
We're not even going to ask the diehard Eagle fan on the phone. We already know where you're going.
I mean, is this a question?
I will say it's going to be a tougher game because we don't have Bradbury. And that's and they got Addison over there, so I'm kind of nervous about that. But
what I'm gonna say is both of y'all have upset me, and I'm taking the Vikings.
Okay,
I'm not gonna put no money on this game.
All right, well,
but I'm taking the Vikings. I'm going to switch my pick from the Eagles to the Vikings because of how both of you guys have acted.
I'm gonna start circling his game because he has a selective memory. Sometimes he gets that selective amnesia.
Everybody see what just happened. They see how bad y'all been acting this whole show, and they know I'm going purely off of just the emotional stress you guys have put me under and made that pick.
Okay, so you heard him. He chose the Vikings. So when they lose by 20 next week, I'll make sure to point it out.
Hey, next pick, Green Bay. Oh, you want me to say Falcons at Green Bay? Or is it Green Bay at Atlanta, sir?
Well, in this case, it's going to be Green Bay at Atlanta because Green Bay's going to win. So, yeah, the Packers at the Falcons.
I'm taking the Packers also.
I'm taking the Packers. We're a better game than it should be, but I think the Packers are going to pull it out. All right, so we both got the Packers. What do you have? Did you leave us, Lamont?
I think Lamont's not there anymore. Lamont is.
Hello?
Oh, there you are. We were worried about you.
Yeah.
We wanted to get your pick on the Packers and the Falcons.
I'm gonna go with the upset special. I like Bijan. I think they're gonna get him even more involved next week and like really feed him and not split with Algier.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna. Yeah, I think he might go off next game.
I'm glad you brought that up. I was a little pissed off with the Falcons coach. You know, I picked up Bijan Robinson in about 5-6 fantasy leagues, and we had balls on the 1 yard line, and they gave damn Algier 2 touchdowns that should have gone to bring out Bijan Robinson. Coaches got to understand.
It's called who's your favorite?
Yeah, well, coaches got to understand there's fantasy implications in some of these decisions you make.
Hey, but Lamont, who you picking? You picking Atlanta?
He's picking Atlanta.
All right.
Go ahead, next game.
Raiders Bills.
This is going to be easy. The Steamboat is going to come back this week strong. Home opener. They're going to put hands on the Raiders. I got the Bills all the way.
Lamont?
Bills going to come back strong. Going Bills.
Yeah, well, it's unanimous Bills.
All right.
Baltimore at the Bengals. Will Joe Burrow get it together?
Ooh, the Bengals looked horrific.
And Baltimore didn't look great.
They didn't look great either, but the Bengals looked horrific. And apparently, Joe Burrow has an injury that they kind of like keeping under the radar. So
it seems like he plays like that a lot.
Plays like a lot. Yeah. So there's something going on there. I'm taking the Ravens in a close one. I just think like I said, the Ravens didn't look that great either, but I think the Ravens didn't have Mark Andrews either, and I think apparently he's going to play this week. So
what are you taking, Lamont?
Yeah, I'm going Ravens.
All right, good.
It's another unanimous. We're all taking Baltimore.
Okay.
Seahawks at the Lions. And I'm going to start this one off, and I'm taking the Lions.
All right, yeah. I got the Lions too. Like I said, Geno Smith really let me down, so I'm going with the team who has some momentum.
And Lamont?
Yeah, I believe in I remember I say Brown, man. I think he's gonna go off this game. He might have 2 to 3 touchdowns.
You must have him on your fantasy team.
I got him on my fantasy team, yes.
I definitely do.
Yeah,
I don't have him on any fantasy team.
Oh man, I do. All right, go ahead.
Colts at the Texans, and I'm taking the Colts.
Yeah, I got the Colts too. This is one of those games where either team could win because they're both ugly, but
two rookie quarterbacks going at it,
yeah,
head to head.
I trust Richardson more than I trust CJ Stroud, so I'll go with the Colts.
All right, Lamont.
I'm gonna go the latter because I think Pierce might actually do something. This guy Pierce was a really good running back last year, and he didn't have a great start in week 1, but I think he's gonna come back with a vengeance. And then I like Nico Collins. He's not a big name. He's not a household name. But look for him to have 1 or 2 touchdowns next week.
Okay, all right.
So you're taking the Houston?
You got Houston. All right, that's a good one.
I'm taking the Houston Texans.
Oh, okay. Right. Kansas City at the Jaguars.
Oh, this is easy for me. I mean,
I'm taking KC to bounce back.
Yeah, KC's going to bounce back.
Because my boy is coming back, Kelsey.
They're not starting 0-2.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna find a way to win.
Yeah, that's unanimous. I'm definitely KC.
Yeah,
Mahomes and Kelsey. Yeah.
Bears at the Buccaneers. I'm taking the Bears.
This is my upset special. Believe in Baker.
You believe you can fly.
I believe he can fly. And so I got them at home opener. I think they're going to find a way to squeeze out this win. So I got the Bears in the upset. Close game, but I think they're going to upset them.
Oh, he's taking the Bucks.
I'm going Bucks too, man.
Okay. Both of you have the Bucks. I got the Bears.
Yeah. I like the Bucks.
Hey,
man.
y'all believe in Team Mayfield. That's okay. Chargers at the Titans.
I believe in those receivers. I believe that Mike Evans don't get the respect that he deserves.
Exactly. I believe in Evans too. So
there was a rumor that Mike Evans was going to KC. Did you hear about it?
I know. I heard that too. Oh, they need somebody in KC, so I can see it.
Evidently, KC doesn't feel that way. Well, KC doesn't feel that way. Well, we'll see. I don't know about that. Chargers at the Titans. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I got the Chargers too. Titans, like I said, as long as they got Tannehill as their quarterback, I can't go with them. They just I don't know how this guy still gets a job. Just crazy. It's crazy. But go ahead. Who do you got? Chargers, Titans.
I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah.
No. Don't get me wrong. I hate the Chargers coach too.
So it's unanimous.
It's unanimous, but that Chargers coach, he killed that. I mean, they should have beat the Dolphins. I mean, I don't understand. They had the ball. And he's like doing dumb stuff.
Isn't the Charger coach the one that looks like Stuart Little?
Yeah, and he's the one who killed him last year. Get the Jags in the playoffs.
Sky is falling, falling the sky.
Oh my God! Fire him, please. I hate to get to that emotions.
He does just well enough not to get fired, sir.
That team has too much talent to just be held back by the coach.
That team should be over excelling.
Over excelling.
Giants at the Cardinals. Go, Steve. You first.
Oh, that's easy. Giants.
Lamont?
You said Giants at the what?
Cardinals.
Remember
the Giants gonna bounce back.
The Cardinals are in tank mode. The Cardinals ain't trying to win.
We all taking the Giants. 49ers at the Rams.
This is the easiest game of the week. The easiest game of the week. Niners will win decisively. Put all your money on them.
Niners. Yeah.
I'm taking the Niners also. Jets at the Cowboys.
Defense against defense.
Ooh, not just deep. Juggernaut versus juggernaut. Giant versus giant.
Yeah, but the Dallas still has their quarterback in Dak, and the Jets do not. So I'm taking the Dallas. As much as I went off on Dallas this week, they'll win games like this. This game they'll win at home. Go with the Dallas.
Yeah, they won't be able to put up any points against Dallas.
Yeah.
All right. So with unanimous Cowboys, Washington at the Broncos. I'm taking the Broncos.
I'm gonna take this is my second upset special. I didn't like what I saw of the Broncos. I thought the Broncos were going to come out and play a lot better against the Raiders. I saw a lot of some of the same stuff I saw last year from them. I'm gonna take the Redskins with Redskins. I'm gonna take the Commanders with an upset.
All right.
On the road.
Lamont.
What is on a road?
On the road in Denver.
Washington at the Broncos, sir.
That's a tough one. I'm not a fan of Russell Wilson or last year. Honestly, I like the Redskins defense. I think they're going to show up this year, this week. So I'm going to take that upset as well. I'm going to go Redskins. Washington.
Okay. Next game is Dolphins at the Patriots. Very easy game. Dolphins all the way. You can put your money on the Dolphins to take out the Patriots.
I'm not going to say it's an easy game. The Patriots always show out against the Dolphins, and it's in New England, and it's a national game. So Miami will win, but it's going to be a close one.
He said all that to pick Miami.
Yeah, I'm saying don't talk about I want to take the points spread. I'm just taking the Dolphins to win.
Saints at the Carolina.
Now I want to say,
Lamont, who are you taking?
Oh yeah, I'm loving that offense, man. At the Saints, Olave, and even Shaheed.
But the Dolphins Patriots one is what I'm asking you.
You said the Patriots?
Dolphins at the Patriots.
Oh yeah, that's easy. That's two in them. Yeah,
exactly.
All right, so we all got Dolphins.
See how easy he said it.
But before
you had to give a speech.
All right, but before you do the Saints, well, hey, I got to let the fans know. People got to know.
We a little bit over time.
Okay, we're gonna real quick though. NFL did something smart this year. They said, okay, we want to show this little Carolina player, this Bryce Young. But, a lot of people don't want to care to see that crap. So we're going to put 2 football games on Monday night this year.
Oh, my goodness.
So the NFL watched, they said, look, let's not bore the American people by having to sit there and watch the Saints Carolina.
Hateful.
So let's give them
Hateful.
A real game, Browns Steelers. Now, which game do you think I'm going to be watching?
Are you mad that
I'm just calling it real.
I'm just saying, are you mad that your team doesn't be on TV that much?
No. Yeah, this kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, okay. I knew something was going on. Saints at the Carolina, Lamont.
Oh, yeah. Olave is going to have 2 touchdowns. Williams is going to have 1. Saints.
Smart pick.
And you're taking the Saints also, I guess.
Oh, you know that. Come on now.
And I'm taking Carolina. It's not going to happen. We're going to get our first win down there in Carolina.
All righty. Anyway.
We're going to put our foot in the dirt in our hometown, sir.
So the game I'm going to be watching is the Browns against the Steelers.
Hey, you can watch whatever game you would like to watch, but the good game is going to be on ESPN, sir.
Yeah. I think ABC is the one that people are going to be watching. But anyway.
Browns at the Steelers. I'm taking the Browns. Very easy.
I got the Browns.
This is going to be a run-over game.
I got the Browns, too.
Lamont? Hello? I think we lost Lamont.
No, I think he's there. Browns, still, you there?
Yeah, we lost Lamont.
All right, well, we're going to give him the Browns. We'll say he takes the Browns.
Yeah, we'll give him the Browns. Or you can just type it in, Lamont. But we got to get out of here. But before we get out of here, so you can make some money. Hey, it's not my fault that Washington threw the game last week, and we messed up.
What do you mean?
Y'all didn't cover the point spread.
Oh, I told you that.
Now we're going to go with my pick 4. My pick 4 for this week is the Bills, the Lions. Hold on a second. Blow the Whistle Sports. Lamont, is that you calling back?
Yeah, it's still me.
What was your last pick, sir? Because we're about to get out of here.
For sure. My last pick, I even though I like TJ Watt and I think he's going to get after the quarterback, I'm going to go Brown.
Good pick.
Yeah, we picked that for you anyway. Thank you for calling in, sir.
Definitely.
Hope to hear back from you.
Enjoy the game. Enjoy tomorrow, man. It's gonna be a real beautiful night tomorrow night for you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
All right.
Watch Kirk Cousins go out there and show out.
Oh, and this game tomorrow is gonna be on Amazon Prime. I hope Amazon Prime does a better job. We gotta talk about that. I hope Amazon Prime does a better job than they did last year.
You know Kirk Cousins does good on Thursday night.
Yeah, we can do whatever he wants to do.
You know Kirk Cousins do good on Thursday night. Hey, Lamont, we'll talk
What's
to you
up?
about that game next week, sir.
All right now.
Most definitely. All right, talk to y'all later.
Have a good one. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for tuning in.
Oh, you need your pick 4.
I'm gonna do my pick 4.
Okay,
I'm just letting everybody know because I'm gonna do my pick 4 and we're gonna get out of here since we don't win over. Taking the Browns, taking Miami, the Browns, the 49ers, Browns, 49ers, Bills, Browns, 49ers, Bills, and what was the last game? I had it picked out already. Chargers, Browns, Chargers, Bills, and 49ers. That's the pick 4. You can go get your money back that you lost last week, and let's multiply it. All right? That's your pick 4 for the week.
That's a pick 4. All right. Well, we had a good show today. It was a real good show. Got a lot off my chest.
Hey, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yes.
Peace
All right,
out.
peace out. What time do you have?